What's up, everybody? Matt with Texas Edge Home Inspections. The inspection I'm doing today is on a property from 2001 and it's 2004, so it's only a few years old, but come with me and take a look at some of the things I'm finding. Right here we see the tankless water heater flue, and you can see that it's set away from the wall about an inch. It used to be sealed to the wall. They really should seal inside this flange here, but they did seal the flange to the wall. It's very loose and looks like it's pulled apart. Let's go inside the garage and take a look at what we see in there. Coming up to the unit in the garage, and I pull back this flange, and hopefully this shows up pretty good here, but the flue is actually completely disconnected in the garage. This would explain why we had some inconsistent water temperatures inside. This unit is not exhausting properly. While we're in the garage, let's test the garage door. Now, it's supposed to automatically reverse if it hits something. But you can see, whenever I put a little bit of pressure underneath it, this door does not automatically reverse, so it needs some adjustments. Moving on to the exterior, we're looking at this bathroom window here, and you can see these lines going across it. This is an indication of a failed thermal seal. This discoloration is not on the inside or the outside. It is in between the panes, and it does not rub off. The glass is going to have to get replaced. With stucco veneer, it's especially important that we have all of our joints sealed up as a first layer of defense from moisture intrusion. And as you can see, we have some failed joints here. The sealant's starting to pull away in a few areas across the front of the house, all the way up here above the garage door. This one's probably a little bit worse right here. And wouldn't you know it, we find another window with a failed thermal seal. You can see this line going vertical across it here. It seems like there's always more than one. And in this case, we even found more on this house. So I'll take you over to this window here. You can see we have more of that going on this side. Same stuff, different window. Once again, this does not rub off. We have siding along the back here, but you can see we have an open area. It's not sealed where moisture, insects, or anything can get behind the wall cavity around this hose bib. We got a dirt tube going up the sidewall of the foundation. This looked like it could be a termite tube. In this case, I knocked it over just to check, and it's ants. So you always have to check to be sure, but this one is ants. Still needs to get rectified, but not that big of a deal. Not as big of a deal as termites anyway. As we take a look at the foundation grade beam here, we start to see some hairline cracking happening. Now, we definitely want to notate cracks like this in our inspection reports. However, I'm going to dismiss it as a problem because it's just a hairline crack. There's no offset from one side to the other. It's not anything that's concerning me. Unless I find other signs of foundation problems, I'm going to notate it. Like I said, I want you to know that I've seen it, but I don't want to make a big deal out of it. Concrete wants the absolutely perfect environment to cure in, and we never give that. And so the best thing to do would be to periodically water this slab as it was curing, but they don't do that. Anyway, you get shrinkage cracks from the drying process, and that's what you get. Actually, here's another one. Check it out. This one is slightly bigger. I do not actually think that it has anything to do with this. This is a coincidence. These bricks just have cracks in them. That's just how this type of brick is designed. However, this right here, although it looks a little bit bigger than the other one, still not a big deal. Unless I find something else that leads me to believe that we might have foundation problems. This and that one over there alone, not a big deal. Here's some more examples of the cracks that are in the bricks. As you can see, the brick's just kind of designed this way. There's cracks all throughout it, and so these type of small little cracks in the brick are not concerning to me at all. Now, when I got up on the roof to check things out, there was this dog that was very upset about something. And as it turned out, he was very upset about this exposed nail that I found right behind this exhaust vent, right here. Then I was able to find this one right here that they got in the wrong place as well, right there. And then as we go to the ridge cap over here, found this one. This one's pretty odd. It hasn't rusted, so I guess that's good. But this one is sticking out of the roof, sticking up from the shingles, maybe more than 1/4 of an inch. We have some homeowner installed gutters that appear to be poorly sloped because they're holding water, and they shouldn't be. But the biggest problem here is we have a seam right here in the front of the garage area, and it is leaking. You can tell it's leaking from here, but when you look down to the driveway, you can see the wet spot on the driveway. So we definitely got a slow gutter leak there. Now, when I check the sprinkler system, I step on the heads to make sure that they're properly pressurized, and when they collapse like this one, I know there's a problem. And as I go over here, I find a missing head, and you can see water is just pouring out of this area. Now, inside the house, we've got a couple of funny things going on in this bathroom, so check this out. I'm going to turn on the vent fan here. That's not good. That's not good at all. No. I think possibly somebody came through here and changed these floors recently. When they did, they didn't tie down this toilet because you can see it's quite loose. Here's something up here in the attic space. I have noticed this air intake right here. This is an April air intake system. It's set at 6 minutes an hour. It is supposed to be bringing air in from outside into the home, into the HVAC system. Now, this is actually pulling air from the front porch area, and I have heard it pulling air in every time I've walked in. So I thought it's very strange that I get up here in the attic and it is still running. So it says 6 minutes an hour. So I went ahead and set my timer for 6 minutes, and of course it never shut off. It's still running, and so that leads me to believe that something is malfunctioning with it, and it is running probably 100% of the time, pulling air from outside into the HVAC system, and the system is just not designed for that. This can end up causing all kinds of issues, including really high humidity in the summer. As I was taking a look at the windowsill here on the inside of this property, I noticed that we had a little bit of what looked like moisture intrusion and maybe some caulking improvements that could be done. No real big deal. But then I looked and it looked like some repairs were done to this sill as well. We might have had a dog chew it up or something like that. It didn't look too bad, but when I got up underneath it and put my flashlight there, they didn't do a very good job of repairing it, and it looks like the damage was more extensive than it originally looked like it was. So just something we're going to put in the report to make sure that they know that this is damaged. All right, everybody, that's going to conclude today's video. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, all of that stuff, and give me a call so I can inspect your next house. Matt with Texas Home Inspections. I'm out.